Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. Go to f2bbs.com, www.f2bbs.com, the last bastion of free speech on the interweb. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a paid review 21 QA 52. This is for Brian, and this review today is going to look at his collection. Before we start this, a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Rolex sub. This is the new 41 mil, the 126610 LN. Black bezel, black dial, with the date. Absolutely loving it. Okay, let's jump in here. I need advice, please. This is Brian B. I've written before. I need, mainly out of guilt, to reduce my collection to a few pieces and want your advice. I guess when I list my collection, I'm going to ask you, which ones would you hang on to for investment? Which ones would you sell today? I really do not need the money back anytime soon, but I don't like having so many watches. You'll see I'm conflicted in selling many below. I have the following, which took decades to acquire. He's got a Rolex maxi dial two-tone blue sub, bought MSRP, can't sell, love it. That's the bluesy maxi dial. That's the 40 mil ceramic. Rolex deep blue, bought MSRP, first release year, older model. Never wear it, too large, but hoping it increases in value. That's the James Cameron. He's got a Rolex new Pepsi GMT MSRP. Never wear, but I love it. Very classy. He's got a Rolex new Sea Dweller with Cyclops. My favorite Rolex MSRP. He's got a Rolex Day Date 40 white gold meteorite dial MSRP with 30% discount. I bought this because I wanted a day date. That's not flashy. I love this piece, but the money scares me. I'm fairly confident I'll recoup my money because, again, I received a 30% discount because I have a great relationship with my authorized dealer. Next piece, Rolex 1995 Zenith yellow gold Daytona on Rolex brown leather strap. Pre-owned, amazing piece, black dial, serviced by Rolex before I bought it, never polished. I don't see selling this piece. It wasn't cheap at 18,000 US. He's got a Patek 5196 rose gold, among my favorites of all time, can't sell this one. A Vacheron Historique circa 1973, 33 mil size. I never wear this, but love the history. PANERAI 88 GMT. I can't give this away, but never ever wear it. It's funny, when I have ordered in the past, I get more compliments. When I have worn it in the past, I get more compliments in this watch than any watch I've owned. He's got an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak offshore. This piece I really regret purchasing. It's too big and it's too flashy, and I'm just not into the brand anymore. MSRP. He's got a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso with transparent case back. I can't sell this one and wear it all the time. Besides, you can't give these watches away today, which is a crime. JLC Reverso are on par with Patek for 1/18 of the price. I don't know if I agree with that. I think Patek is better quality, but the JLC is still amazing. Rolex Air King 34 mil. My wife wears this one. A 36 mil Rolex 36 mil Tiffany dial President. My wife wears, bought 10 years ago. She rarely wears this and comically prefers a small Reverso over this. I perhaps have answered my own question. I don't really need to get rid of any pieces, but I'm very impractical to have so much money tied up in watches. I think I'm a Rolex guy for the history. I'm definitely leaning towards selling the AP. I guess my final question is, which watches would you keep for future investment? And if you had to sell any, which would you sell today? I don't really need to sell anything today. If I had the money back, it would just be put into a savings account. This is for Brian. So Brian. Firstly, what a magic collection. Magic collection. I think you've really got to do a bit of soul searching here and really ask yourself, why are you in this quandary? Have you done things, or is this money desperately needed? Why do you feel this Catholic guilt to reduce the collection? I think you got a really nice collection, and I got to be honest with you, when people start saying, look, what's the best investment? You know what? I think this is always a bit problematic, because when you say, look, what piece is going to be the best investment, you sort of take the joy out of the ownership experience. These are not really investments. If you want to invest money, there's a lot better things to do than watches. Mind you, there's a lot worse things. Gambling, smoking, womanizing. I've done the lot. And believe you me, they can really eat out some put away money. So I don't think it's terrible. I think what you got to do is look at this and see what is a foundation for your collection. So I can't solve your psychological problems. If you really think, hey man, I got to reduce, why do you need to reduce? The dumbest thing anyone says to me is, I'm not wearing it that much, therefore I need to get rid of it. I'm not even wearing it much. Well man, change your lifestyle or change your rotation to include it. That's what you got to do. You can't blame the Rolex for that. So I can give you a bit of advice, but I think you need to really have a good psychological look at why do you need to sell them. If you've got a paid off house, you don't have oodles of consumer credit. Let's be honest there. Consumer credit, your credit cards, personal loans, rent to buy furniture, rent to own furniture, that sort of stuff, you want to get rid of that debt. If you've got savings, you've got retirement funds, what do they call it? In my country, it's called superannuation. In America, 401k, a Roth IRA, all this sort of stuff. If you've got adequate savings and you've got things that you've got put there, well, hey, man, you don't have to be. We're on this planet to have a good life. There's no guilt. As long as you've earned the money fairly and squarely, you can do whatever you like with it. If it makes you happy to have the watches, by all means have them. But if you want to trim down a bit, I'm happy. All I'm saying to you is you've got to work out your own psychological problems. I'm happy to tell you which watches I think would be less desirable and you could possibly be sell, if you wanted to reduce it a bit, but you got to make that decision yourself. So let's have a look here. So let's have a look at what I really like. So firstly, the Rolex Maxi Dial. So that's a two-tone bluesy Submariner. That's a bulletproof piece. It's a fantastic Submariner. It's two-tone ceramic, 40 mil, man. That is winner chicken dinner. You've got the James Cameron, the Rolex Deep Sea Blue that you bought, MSRP. I got to be honest with you. I think that watch there, I think it's a great watch. It's the biggest, the baddest watch that Rolex has made there, the size-wise. But I would say if it's not making you happy, I'd possibly flick that one. The Pepsi, the new Rolex, new Pepsi GMT. Never wear it, but I love it, man. You got to start wearing it. That's what I would do. That's your own fault for not wearing it. So a Pepsi, I got to tell you, man, I've got a Pepsi on order with my good friend MJT. I'd love a Pepsi. Pepsi is so cool. So damn cool. I would really, really love that one there. I'd keep it and start wearing it. Forget retirement or investment. Just wear the damn thing. The dividend is the enjoyment when it's on your wrist. You've got the new Sea Dweller with the Cyclops, my favorite Rolex. Okay, I would say that, you know, that's the 43 mil. I would keep that. That's a beautiful watch. I would say, you know, you're probably best to keep that and get rid of the James Cameron, the blue, the deep blue. When you say deep blue, yeah, I think you're talking about the James Cameron. You haven't quite. Did you send me a photo of that? I'm just having a quick look on my teleprompter here. Let me have a look. Did you send me that? No. Okie dokie, dokulus. Okay, that's okay. So I got to be honest with you. I'd probably keep the Sea Dweller. Then you got the Rolex Day Date, 40 mil, white gold, meteorite dial. If you that's you've got profit. If you got a 30% discount, man, that's amazing. But you know what? I would wear it. I would keep that. I think a white gold Day Date, absolutely beautiful. Then you've got a Rolex 1995 Zenith, yellow gold on the leather, the Rolex leather strap. That's got the gold clasp. 18,000. That is a bargain. Believe you me, those Zenith gold Daytonas, they're a bit soft. They're a bargain, absolute bargain. So I would highlight that to say keep. I would be keeping that there. Definite keeper that. 18,000 in today's world is pretty damn good. The Patek 5196. I have a Patek 5196 myself. That is one of my favorites. You know what? I was thinking of downsizing as well because I got 4 Pateks. I couldn't sell it. Just could not bring myself to sell it. So I'm with you. Then you've got the Vacheron Historique, historic 1973. Again, you love it. It's not worth a lot of money. I would be keeping that watch there definitely because they're not worth big money, and it's a great history there. I gotta be totally honest with you here. The PAM 88 GMT, flick it. Okay? If you're not sure on something, get rid of that. Okay? That's a watch. It's not Rolex League. I would be flicking that. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore, I gotta be totally honest with you. I think that is a beautiful watch. I think it is absolutely amazing. I personally would be keeping it. I think that's a magnificent watch. So I tend to disagree with you there. I would be, you asked me for my opinion. I'd be keeping that. I would keep that offshore. It's an offshore diver. The JLC with the case back, the transparent. The Reversos, now you made a statement here, you said you can't even give them away. That's not actually true. Reversos are actually proving to be very popular. I would keep that. That's a great watch. The Air King, you've already said your wife wears the 34 mil Air King. And the 36, your wife wears that as well. I wouldn't sell that. So I would say to you, in all honesty, the watches that I would be flicking, I would be flicking the James Cameron. I think that's what you mean, the deep blue. I'd be flicking that, and I'd be flicking the PAM. Everything else I would be keeping. So that's my advice on the matter. Now you're going to put it into a savings account. Man, that's terrible. Savings account interest 0.01%. It's terrible. It's less than 1% in a savings. That's atrocious rate. Seriously, you're going to sell the watches. I would seriously be looking at, if you want to do something better than putting it into a savings account. That's just abysmal. It's abysmal. I would be, if you've got I don't know what sort of car you've got, maybe you want to do a car upgrade, maybe you want to get another watch, but savings account, that is so bitter soy, so bitter soy. So there you go, Brian. That's my advice. I can't solve your psychological problems. That's what I'd keep. That's what I'd. So the only two I'd sell is the Rolex Deep Sea, James Cameron, and the PAM. Everything else I would keep and start wearing them. You only live once, and once you're gone, that's it. Life ain't no dress rehearsal. Okay, guys, like, subscribe, and tell your friends. Remember, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I can't survive on the Google Ads. I need these paid reviews to keep me full-time on YouTube. Please, please get a paid review. This is how I survive, how I can make videos for you. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Look down below in the description. Remember also, Patreon. If you're a Patreon subscriber, I give you daily, I'm now doing daily emails to the Patreon supporters. I send you tidbits, I send you gossip, I send you info. I'm ArchieLuxury, and I need you. Okay, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the pontiff goes. You know, some of my Panerais came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.